begin. So I'm doing a demonstration on how to set up a uh, what's it called? HortonWorks system on DigitalOcean. So you go to the droplet page, create a droplet. We're going to be using Docker for the deployment. And when I'm finished with this demonstration, I will demonstrate how to destroy it. So in total, we probably will have spent about 10 cents. And this is taking a really long time. Normally, the process is much faster. But here we go. Hey, BonBon, how you doing there, princess? Okay. So we're in the create phase. I'm going to go to marketplace. I'm going to create a Docker container, standard, the $5 a month container, which is just 1 GB, 25 gigs of SSD drive, 1,000 gigabytes of transfer. I'll be hosting in New York, but you have a bunch of other options. I'm using SSH for authentication. I'm going to rename this. BonBons. Okay, actually, it's more of a server. All right, and I'm not going to bother enabling backups, but you get the point. It's pretty simple. Create the droplet. All right, this is going to take a couple of minutes. In the meantime, you can review creating a managed database. You have a couple of options there. Oops, didn't mean to do that. Anyway, you can create a managed database. Start Spaces is it's an S3 container system similar to AWS. Create a load balancing system. Add more disk to your service. Take a snapshot. Get a floating IP address. Manage DNS in DigitalOcean. So now we're done, and now we have an IP address. So let's go ahead and log in. So I'm on a MacBook, and so I'm going to have to create a shell. So what you do is you go SSH. All right, and hit yes. All right, so now I'm in BonBon Super Server. Again, how you doing, BonBon? All right, and so the next thing that we want to do is deploy HortonWorks. The way we do that is we go to Docker Hub. Gotta have it up here somewhere. Give me a second. Well, anyway, there's this right. There's this right here. Not what I was looking for. Sorry about that. I'm in kind of a rush here. Here we go. We're doing a Docker pull HortonWorks. So from here, we just go do that, and voila, I'll let you watch it up there. But up here, where's that Docker stuff coming from? Um, let's go to Docker Hub. And we can actually search for HortonWorks. Come on. There we go. So I'm using this Sandbox HTTP standalone. See, Sandbox HTTP standalone. And so it's going to take a bit of time to do the pull. So let's drill down to it. And it kind of tells you about what's going on. But this is basically what I did. I just copied that. And if you don't want to use that, you can use something different. So cloud break is another option. In which case you would just copy that file and do a Docker pull. All right, and then all right, well, anyway, this gives you plenty of time to monkey around with it. And what else did I want to tell you? Yeah, we can drill down on this. It doesn't really give you a whole lot of details, but you can see how much is much bandwidth you're using, how much disk I/O. It looks like it doesn't actually refresh instantaneously. You have to refresh it every. Okay, so there it goes. Yeah, right about there is when it starts kicking in. And you have a bunch of other options as well. Kubernetes is an orchestration system. So I don't really use many monolithic systems like Horton, but I guess it's a good platform to start out on. I would prefer to just have totally separate systems and create abstraction layers. In those cases, I use Kubernetes. And then you have database options as well, including Postgres, MySQL, and Redis. I use Redis quite often, primarily because I prefer NoSQL type systems for the stuff I'm doing. And then Spaces, it's an S3 type of container, but you can read about it. Images, well, you're just taking an image of your droplet, saving it. But it costs money to do that, and if I'm just farting around, what's the point? There's network stuff. You can create a domain. Create alert policies, API stuff. So you would you can create backend APIs and use a token to talk back and forth. All right, where are we right now? Well, we have quite a bit more to go. 7 gigabytes. If we just fast forward right about now. BonBon. BonBon. BonBon is a mutual friend. The guy that's actually paying attention to this video. Assuming, of course, he wants to pay attention. Let me get this out of the way. apparently the person that's interested in this may be sitting in Lebanon right now as the place goes to complete and total hell. But we're almost done the extraction. Yeah. Now it's finally registering some data stuff. All right, done. Extraction and all finished. Okay, so now HortonWorks has been deployed into the system. I'm not a huge HortonWorks fan, but I just wanted to demonstrate the how one would deploy HortonWorks on Docker on a DigitalOcean solution, and then I wanted to demonstrate how one destroys the destroys everything when they're finished, so they don't rack up extra billables. And voila, all done. I'm no longer being billed. So